besties. We're going to actually look back over some of the things that were signs, we shall call them, as far as Big Tiff is concerned. I got to go ahead and shout out O'Shea Duke Jackson, not only for coming into the live stream, but also for doing a video on the way back in the day videos on Big Tiff. She been an issue for a while, y'all. This just didn't happen out of the blue. So the fact that these people not only nominated her for the supervisorship, but then went ahead and voted for her, it's kind of like you get what you pay for. Let me rephrase, you get what you vote for. This definitely is that in this particular case. So y'all know, we know the stories as far as rent, evictions, and housing and apartments and all those types of things. This from CBS Chicago says mold, water leaks, and politics in Dalton. And this is a few years old. So the writing was on the wall. But let's go ahead and listen to what they got to say, child.
Mold, water, leaks, and politics. A South suburban woman says all are connected when it comes to serious issues with the house she's renting in Dalton. And her landlord is an elected official.
Uh-oh.
CBS News' Dana Kozlov is always investigating. Joins us live from the control room. This story. Dana, good evening.
Who do y'all think is the landlord?
Good evening, Brad. This resident says she spent the last 2 years reaching out to her landlord about problems in the house that are making it unhealthy for her and her children, and she wonders if this trustee can be trusted.
It started over here in the corner, and that's where it started, and then it just spread it.
Jacqueline Smith says she's battling mold in many places, a result of unrepaired leaks in her Dalton rental home.
It leaks in the corner where the roof, the ceiling is damaged, and then it leaks going into my kitchen, and the window sill leaks in my daughter's room.
These are some pictures of what she says is rain dripping from her daughter's bedroom window. She says mold also grew on her daughter's shoes and is all over the side of the house, which is owned by Dalton trustee.
My first name is Tiffany.
Tiffany Henyard.
Oh, no. Not Big Tiff, y'all. I am still always going to be under the stance of I'm not going to pay for anything if it doesn't do me well. I'm not going to continue to live in a place where I got to live with mold. No one is going to come and fix anything. They treat me like crap. I'm not going to do it, but that's just me. Interesting enough, we still have that same situation here. It sounds like allegedly, this is obviously a few years old, but they're still coming on TV to say this, that, and the third, which fine, fight it, sue. I don't know. But what we're not going to do is sit up here and have the child and me living in a mold-infested home getting sick by the day because of whatever the reason is, because I don't know. But Big Tiff, how could you do this to a black woman?
Henyard.
Frustrating, irritating. I just don't feel that I should be living like this.
Smith's lived in the house since 2017 with her 2 children and says she noticed problems right away. She still has her 2017 text to trustee Henyard telling her about the leaks and mold, to which Henyard responded by text.
I've done reached out multiple times. She says she's going to send someone. No one comes. She has sent someone out here for the mold one time, and they just sprayed the oven spray,
leaving her feeling helpless.
And then I felt like my back is against the wall because you are a trustee.
It's why the single mom, a domestic violence survivor and whose rent is subsidized, says she reached out to us. That and concerns about her children's health. I spoke briefly with Henyard by phone, who wonders if this may somehow be political in the oft politically charged suburb. Smith says no. No one's put you up.
Oh, everything is political. Everything got to do with politics. Everything got to do with this, and the third. Listen, Dalton, clearly, what we have found out, my opinion, about Dalton is, 1, it's a lot of black people. 2, they have a lot of issues outside of politics. And 3, they got a lot of issues within the political system, and who like who and who does what for whom. And do you donate? Do you not donate? And how do you feel? If you like me, I like you. If you don't like me, I don't like you. All this foolishness. which probably goes on in many a small town. Big Tiff is just the one that's in the spotlight right now, and this is no place to live. Let me be completely and honestly serious right now. This is no way and no place to live. Not saying that they shouldn't live in Dalton. What I'm saying is that for this particular woman with this particular issue, which is the same thing I say in all the other cases, if you want to depend on the government, then you are going to be dependent upon the government. You do not have to live here, even with subsidized housing. Are the choices small? The choices are small. Let me say it that way. The choices are not as big as if you paid for it yourself, but that's the trade off. And unfortunately, in this particular case, especially living in Dalton, you got to contend with Big Tiff, who wasn't Big Tiff then, she was Little Tiff, but sounds like the same Tiff that she turned into. But somehow, some way, all these people didn't seem to know, and they didn't see the signs, and they didn't look at how it is that she acted and how it is that she treated people and any of the complaints or anything like that, that they still wanted to go ahead and hire this woman. So that's about Big Tiff. Now back to this woman. Ma'am, you always have the choice to leave. You always have the choice to move. You always have to have the choice to find someplace else. And the fact that, again, for the umpteenth damn time, it's whine, and complain, but you're not doing anything to help yourself in your own situation. That's all I'm saying. Same old crap.
No one's put you up to
No
this.
one's picked me up to this. It's I have to do what I have to do as a mother and as a concerned citizen for myself and for my children.
Through a rep tonight, Trustee Henyard says the House just passed an inspection back in May. She relies on a handyman for repairs and is saddened, quote, to hear that it's in that condition. She also says she will address the problems immediately. We'll see what immediately means. In the control.
So the question is, let me see, this is from 4 years ago. Does that woman still live there? If she's out there and she happens to come past this video, please feel free to reach out, leave a comment, and let us know what the situation is, how it turned out. Did you move on? Did you stay? Did she fix it? Like, what happened? What was the end result? If anyone happens to know or sees it, please feel free to send it to me. And even though this is about, and particularly about Tiffany, this is really not even about Tiffany. We've heard this story over and over and over and over again. We got to start taking responsibility for what we do, what we decide to do, the decisions that we make, and where we end up. At the end of the day, this woman being here is not Tiffany Henyard's fault. I don't understand why it's so hard for Black people to go ahead and take their money elsewhere. Stop giving your money to somebody just because. Start making a damn plan. Start figuring out where it is you want to be. Stop worrying about what the freaking celebrities are doing and what they got and how much it costs, and worry about your own damn life and work on that. Child, anyway, y'all, make sure you go ahead and like this daggone video. Hit the subscribe button, comment. I see you all in the next one.
We do not care